Problem 22-38, Part 8. Now that your brain is probably thoroughly mush, we're going to finish the problem by doing the selling and administrative expense budget. So the selling and administrative expense budget information comes from here in our. So we'll open that up. So it's under J. So fixed and selling administrative expense includes $10,000 per quarter for salaries, $3,000 per quarter for rent, $1,500 per quarter for insurance, and $300 per quarter for depreciation. So let's enter those fixed expenses here from J, and then we'll move on to K here at the end. But for J, we have that salaries expense. That's listed here, and that's $10,000 per quarter. Then next up, we have that rent expense, and that is going to be $3,000 per quarter. And then we have our insurance expense, and that is going to be $1,500. And then we have $300 for a depreciation expense, and that is going to be $300. And then we have supplies expense, and then we're looking at K here. And then under K, we have variable selling and administrative expenses include supplies at 1% of sales. So what that means is with the supplies expense, the more we sell, the higher the expense. So let's go see what our total sales on the sales budget is. So all the way back to the tippy top, our first one here. So our sales budget here, our total sales are $247,500. So you can do the math in your head, or you can do it in the calculator, but that is going to be $2,475 then for our supplies expense here, because that is 1% of these sales. So we can go ahead and scroll back down all the way, and that's going to give us $2,475 in supplies expense. So again, that varies by the amount of sales we make. So then our total budgeted selling and administrative expense, you add these all up, and that is going to give you a total of $17,275. So let's go ahead and check our answer. Excellent, we are done. So now most students have problems, or the most challenging part is the cost of goods sold budget. So make sure you spend time understanding how that works. And of course, this whole budget depends on the sales budget. So you need to make sure you get this stuff right up from the top. But we're all done with this problem.